It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show with Billy the Kid and Scott Pang.
Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show!
Hey,
it's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show! Yeah! It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show! Yeah! Woo! I'm starting off today on one because I bought a muffin and it was smaller than I feel like it should have been. That muffin was not big enough to meet my needs, and now I am cheesed.
What's going on? I'm Scott.
And I'm Bill.
And this is
the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show.
And I'm kind of mad too. Daryl Camp. TD Camp.
Yo, he's calling you out.
Yo, don't come at me with what Facebook says. I don't care what Facebook says. I'm operating off a third party, bro. If I need to download something, it's through third party, guy.
Bro.
So when I ask you to make something public, I mean
Guy.
make it public, my dude.
My dude. I was considering being like, mama. But then I was like, the joke is too involved.
Lad, because the people want to see Bill's speech, a moment from Bill's speech.
Lad!
We'll get into that in just a minute. So
Oh no!
Iggy Azalea dropped some
Dropped
naked
my wallet.
pictures. Just like he dropped his wallet, Iggy dropped naked pictures.
Why do I have 7 notifications?
Cars
What is going on here? Hang on.
Stolen.
Everybody needs to slow their roll so I can watch the Cubicle Show on my phone.
We got some
There we
stay
go.
woke moments going on. We got, how the Big O isn't even really that relevant when it comes to billionaires. And why the Incredible 2 failed the people.
Very disappointed.
But first, let's pop it off here with this Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson malarkey. There's more nonsense coming out of that freaking kindergarten camp.
There's something new every day. Would it be a new day without more news about Ariana and Pete? Ari and Petey.
Ari and Petey.
Pari. They think they're going to get married in Paris because Paris is Paris.
What's their couple name?
I don't think they have one. Should we come up with one for them right now?
Arison?
Petariana.
Petariana.
Arit. A-R-E-T-E. That's arrête. That means stop in French. Everything's French. It's all coming back France. What if we take their last names? Grand Davidson?
Ooh,
Yo, Grand Davidson!
That's kind of
it!
Boom. All right, so the Grand Davidsons, they dropped 19 million, 16 million? How many million?
$16 million. So we knew they moved in together, but we didn't know how much money they spent on this apartment in New York City. 16 million smackers. Now let me ask you a question.
God.
How much do you think Pete Davidson is worth? You know he's not paying for this apartment, so how much do you think he's worth?
100,000?
He's worth $2 million. That surprised me.
Wow.
I looked that up this morning. I was like, whoa, he's doing pretty well for himself.
Well, just because he's worth that doesn't mean he has that.
Right. No, that doesn't mean he has $2 million on hand. That's, everything, all the money in the bank, his savings, all of his assets and everything. But still, when you say $100,000, that's more like what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe 500,000, maybe he's worth $500,000, maybe his cloud tokens are going up.
Well, hold the press. Genevieve says that P had a tattoo of his ex-girlfriend's face.
I heard something vague about that. I didn't know. Are we talking about Cassie David? Is that the one?
He loves way too hard, man.
He does. He goes all in right away, straight. He pulls the trigger. But the nightmare doesn't stop for Pete Davidson because, you know what, I just want to send out a warning to little Petey, young Petey, the second half of Grand Davidson. It's like, bro, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, you need to enjoy this while you can because this is not going to last forever. Anyone who thinks this, I think, is very naive because, I feel like everybody's had that relationship that you get into and you get way too invested in it way too quickly and then it just burns hard and bright and fast and then it fizzles out because one party's like, you know what, I really am not that interested in devoting all of my time and energy to this other person. I'm just going to slide. I'm just going to slide out of the frame.
See, that's why you don't reach up to grab a shooting star because it'll burn a hole right through your damn hand.
Wow. Dude, that is bars. Did you come up with that right now?
I don't know where it came from. It just
don't reach up to grab a shooting star because it'll burn a hole in your damn hand. Is
that exactly what I said?
Right through your damn hand. That is hard. That is harder than anything Nicki Minaj said in Chun-Li. It's kind of like I like to say, shoot for the stars. Even if you miss, you'll wind up floating in the endless void of the cosmos, like we all already
like Sandra
are.
Bullock and Clooney in Gravity.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
bars.
man,
Spoiler alert.
Wow, we out here in
movie.
outer space right now, my guy. Do you have anything else you want to say about the Grande Davidsons?
I'm sort of afraid for Pete for when this ends, not just for his emotional state. And there was things that I said yesterday that I can't say here on the Cubicle Show. But just because, Ariana Grande's got a lot of hardcore stans, and I feel like if this breaks up, they're going to go after him, whether it's his fault or not, You know how people, they turn up, they're vicious. Stans, when you mess, when you're on the wrong side of their person, they come for you. So be careful, Pete. Just be Cardi B and be careful with everything involved here. That's it. That's all I got.
Son, yo, it's not a warning. Or it's not a threat, it's a warning. Be careful. All right.
I actually looked up, I Googled the difference between threat and warning one time, so I could do a break on that.
What is the actual difference?
A threat is
it's actually
to put the fear of punishment in somebody, and a warning is
vague, right?
This might happen.
Okay.
I'm not going to necessarily do it to you,
That's
but
what I
just
thought
watch out.
I didn't
warning
know if there was
is
going to be
nicer.
some crazy
a
breakdown.
threat is aggressive, and a warning is watch yourself.
Actually, warning doesn't mean anything that we thought warning
right.
meant,
No.
All right, so I'm going to get into this. We were going to play this yesterday, and John brought it up. G-Dog brought it up on Monday. Bill's speech, and when he freaking took a shot at the bride. Okay? Now listen, I wanted to play a more high quality clip for you here today, but this is completely TD Camp's fault. Seriously. All I asked him to do was, yo, bro, can you set the Bill speech on public so I can download the video? He goes, oh, it is whatever. And it's it's public to our friends, our group of friends and stuff.
Yeah, it's shared with me and my friends, but it's not strict legit public.
Somebody that's not a friend globe. Can't log on and check out the video.
Right.
So I need it to be public so I could take the URL, put the URL into a Facebook downloader site, a third-party site, and download the damn video. Without that, it don't allow me to do it. Daryl wants to hit me back with all this stuff. Well, not according to Facebook. Stop it, Daryl. Stop it. You're playing yourself. I have to hit you with this. And where the hell is it? Thank you.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You're just burning a hole right through your damn hand right now.
You got me on one, Daryl.
There's a new phrase. What did you say to me the other day? Yo, your vibrations are left, or whatever it was.
Yeah. That was hard too.
Mean anything.
Yo, your vibration is left. It sounded good in the moment.
It did.
You ready for me to play this? Here's Bill taking a shot at the bride. And once again, blame the quality on Daryl.
I think it's fine.
And look how that turned out.
Beautiful couple.
Speaking of which, Natalie.
Here comes Bill.
When I first met you, you were insufferable. Holy Moses. Now, you might be like, how are you going to insult the bride at her own wedding? Well, first of all, if you think that I am above taking shots at anyone, hello, my name's Bill. Nice to meet you.
That's me.
Insufferable.
She was. Look, I'm not gonna. Like I said,
Why do you say that to him?
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because she's the type of person who appreciates it when you don't sugarcoat it. She's a very say it to my face type person, and I know she respected that, and I respect that about her. So
also, Genevieve, you just said Daryl's getting yelled at. Tag him in the damn post so he knows. And he did just send me a text with a thumbs up after I just said.
And it went, ding!
Yeah, after I said never mind to him.
Wait, Genevieve, how do you know Natalie? Ding! How do you know my brother's wife, which is a weird thing to say? Wife? Who does that?
Get married? Who falls in love?
Oh, what a wait! You look, it's a bad look, just like Pete Davidson. Yo, whew. All right.
He's still dissing them days later. They can't even enjoy their honeymoon without Pete going in. They're in
Disney World, so I feel like they're probably having a pretty good time. Disney World would be the ideal place for a honeymoon.
Never.
You heard it here first.
Never go there. Too childish. All right, so Iggy Azalea dropping some naked pictures.
I thought when you wrote it down, I thought it said 1994 naked pic. Oh. I was like, oh, wait, it's Iggy.
You see how that's Iggy?
Yeah.
It does kind of.
Iggy's been, she's been flooding Instagram with naked pictures, not like full frontal nudity. Like she'll put a little flower over her naughty bits, and like maybe her hands
Some
over her
pasties or
tatas.
whatever.
Yeah. But so it's like, well, people are like, why are you doing this? So she went on this little mini rant on Twitter, 3 tweets in a row. Basically, she's like, it helps me get through some times. It looks like a little creative outlet for me while I'm waiting to release music. And then she said, quote, I'm really glad I've got something I can do without needing permission, because if it were up to me, I'd be releasing songs at the same rate I post pictures. This is where I kind of take issue with this whole line of thought, because Iggy doesn't put out music that often. It's not like she's like a Rivers Cuomo type where he's got like notebooks upon notebooks of songs just like written and ready to go, because if she did, I feel like we get more than one album every 4 years from her.
Iggy Azalea she don't even write her own music.
Right. So like she's kind of fronting here a little bit. Like you realize there are artists who put out more than one song every couple years, which is like what she's been doing.
And there's ways to put out music even when you're signed to a label. You create something on your own time and you put it out through SoundCloud. Not everything you create has to go out through the label. If you're using the label's budget, then obviously that's a different story.
Right.
But if you're doing it on your own means, that's why Drake, he put out a song recently through SoundCloud, and it wasn't even, you know what I mean?
It wasn't
just
an official single.
Yeah,
it was just here's a song, just some music. I recall back in February, maybe it was earlier than that, she put out a song, and the label like made her take it down or something like that. So she then put it out through a different site. So it's like, it is possible. It is possible to put your music out there. This is another example to me of Iggy Azalea playing the victim. Like, so Fancy blew up in 2014. Since then, she really hasn't had another hit. And at every turn, it's somebody else's fault. Like, it's the label's fault. T.I., Britney Spears didn't promote their track together enough. It's everyone, we broke up. I can't put my album out because we broke up. Delays, everything that Iggy Azalea does, it's not her doing it, it's happening to her. Like, you gotta take responsibility, and I guess naked pictures is her way of taking responsibility, sort of.
Well, express yourself. All I know is you're gonna run out of body parts to show before you put out a song.
Whoa!
I'm feeling the insults today.
This is Iggy Azalea's moment of relevance for this quarter of the year.
Yeah. Damn. The nerve of her. Okay, what else do we got here? Now we were talking about some stolen
cars being stolen.
Right. Up next on the docket, cars being stolen, and then you kind of got a taste of the isn't even. Yeah. Yes,
this is our catch-up slice for that. I told this story on my show. A woman in Michigan had her Lexus stolen last week, so she got a rental car to bebop around in while the cops investigated the theft. The very next day after she picks up this rental, she sees her car sitting, chilling in a convenience store parking lot, so she goes up and steals it back. Excuse me. I guess she probably had her spare key. Just went up, took it. So the original thief comes out of the convenience store, see his brand new ride missing, and he's like, well, take the next best thing, take this rental car that's sitting right here. So he steals the rental car, and the cops track down the rental like 85 miles away, and they busted him. She's not being charged with anything, which is good, because stealing back your own car should not be a crime. But then it's weird when you get those cases where like people break into houses and hurt themselves in the house and sue the owner, and it's like you were committing a crime and like win. I may be just thinking of Liar Liar. But I'm pretty sure that's actually happened
that's a
before.
case, because I remember, like, back in the day when I was younger, my mom talking about somebody, there's, like, a string of robberies, like, when I was growing up and when I lived in Troy, like, a bunch of houses along the street and everything. And our house got hit, like, earlier in the summer, and then toward the end of the summer, somebody else got hit. And the actual story, person, like, broke their leg or something in their house. And they got sued and won a bunch of damn money for it. I mean, this is going back probably to like late 90s, but
it's like, the justice system doesn't necessarily work in the most intuitive way. So I wouldn't have been surprised if they were like, okay, well, we're charging you with, Grand Theft Auto for taking your car back when it was stolen from you.
How
or
dare you?
At least some peg down from like some form of theft, which would be ridiculous. Maybe charging her for abandoning her rental vehicle or something. any number of things you could think of coming out of this.
Maybe all these billionaires out in the world should be charged with theft for robbing the people.
Oh,
they're not Robin Hood in it.
Robin Hood, Scoppin' Hood.
Oh man,
Robin Hood.
Scoppin', whatever works for me. Scoppin'. So Scoppin' is going after the yo. Not really going after the yo, but Oprah. So we were talking and we are just trying to figure out some stuff, and this was kind of interesting, real quick. So Oprah. She is not even a top 100 billionaire. All right?
She is, if I may.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. She's the 494th richest person in the world. Oprah Winfrey, with her net worth of $3.1 billion, just barely inside the top 500. That's crazy to me. There's more than one billionaire for every day of the year on this planet.
Share the wealth, people. All right, so the top three, figured we'll just break down the top three real quick. Starting at number 3 is you got Warren Buffett. You got 82. You got Bill Gates with 90. And who's at number 1? Who's got like... He's almost...
$141.9 billion. Jeff Bezos. I was going to say.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what's going on. I was like,
the CEO of Amazon. I heard he made another like $30 billion or something like that the other day.
Yeah.
Just I don't know how. It just like appeared in his bank account.
Oh, because Amazon Music skyrocketed.
Right. So, okay. So that's
that.
like basically that kind of projected worth. It doesn't really. It's like not real money that he has. It's like, oh, your stock options. If you sold them all now, you'd have this much money. What's up, Jody? Thanks for checking in, Kyle.
Hey, Jody.
Welcome to the show. If you're still here, appreciate it as always.
As always, thank you for tuning on in, lads and lasses. And then lastly, we got to get into this womp thing.
Also, I want to talk about Incredibles 2.
Oh, okay, let's do Incredibles 2.
Should we do Incredibles 2 now?
Yeah, we should.
All right, so here's the deal. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Incredibles 2. Had a massive opening weekend, broke the record for an animated film opening weekend, $180 million. The previous record was $135 million for Finding Dory. I think it was 2015. But there was so much hype surrounding Incredibles 2 because it's 14 years in the making. The first one came out in 2004. And honestly, it was not that good.
Wow.
The hype is not real.
Oh, how dare thee.
Let me rephrase a little bit. It wasn't that it wasn't good. It was that it was the same movie again. So you ever see The Hangover and The Hangover 2? Where they like copied the script and just changed a few things around. That's basically Incredibles 2. Like all the major plot points, all the story beats, they're like the same. It's extremely predictable. What? And I wanted more.
So is the baby like 14?
No, the baby's. It picks up. The movie starts right when the first one ends, when the Underminer appears.
No, it's supposed to happen 14 years later.
Nope. Sorry, this isn't Star Wars. It may be Disney owned, but it's not Star Wars. I don't know. I'd see people posting like, "Oh, it was worth the 14-year wait." No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. After you've had 14 years, and one of the things the director said was like, "I don't want to make a sequel unless it's as good as the first one." Well, you screwed up because it's not as good as the first one. The first one was better. It is the first one, but it's not quite as good. Like you just you tweak a couple of names here and there. It's a little funnier, but it's not. It doesn't have the heart that the first one did.
Oh man, I just kind of realized something, man.
What's that?
Disney has been reaching for too many stars, and now they have no hands left, so they can't write good scripts anymore. That's why the latest Star Wars failed. That's why this Incredibles isn't doing good.
Oh, it's doing fine, but I just didn't like it that much.
But they may be generating money, but the critics...
No, the critics still love it. I just don't...
I don't pay attention to them. You're the critic.
I'm the only one that matters!
Wow. Damn, be on my side. I'm trying to make a damn
point.
I know,
I'm trying to be objective.
Stop it!
Because it is getting really good reviews. It got 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. And to be fair, it wasn't a bad movie. It was a fine experience. 7 out of 10. But I would expect more. I'd expect closer to a 9 out of something like this.
So Jody wants to know why you wear a red Yankee cap.
Because this was a Christmas gift from my brother, and it's a callback to the old days. The first Yankee hat that I ever wore regularly was a gift from my dad's friend. I got it when I was in 8th grade. It was red. I wore it from 8th grade through my senior year of high school. When I went to college, I switched to a regular Yankees hat, and I did that till this past December when my brother got me this one. Because he was basically like, I want you to have different options for outfits, like to match. And I was like, well, I don't do that. I just do one. So now this is my new hat. And thanks, Ned. And the other one I wear for softball now. So That's it.
It is kind of
red is my favorite color.
It is kind of blasphemy to be wearing red as a Yankee
They
fan,
say that, but you know what? Like I said, red. When I was 5, my dad asked me who my favorite baseball team was, and I said the Yankees and the Red Sox, and he was like, "Nope, you can't. You got to pick one, and it should be the Yankees."
And you're like, "Yes, Dad."
I just like the color red, which is why I said the Red Sox in the first place. But I remember him laughing when I said that because of such a philosophical incongruence there.
My favorite thing about Bill wearing a red hat is that when he gets so mad, his face turns the same color as his hat.
True. I'm not there right now.
He's
but
not there.
The
other day, though, you go back a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, so anyways, let's
go in on this. Immigration law. Here we go, the real fun stuff.
She says, awesome, never saw one. So, thanks, Jody, for tuning in, asking questions. Ask questions when you want, people.
Yeah, we like to interact. That's the best part of the show.
Yep. All right, so...
You're the best part of the show.
That's a truth bomb. All right, so womp womp. All right, so what's this dude's name? You're going to have to break down the story because I don't know, like, the full story.
Do you have the video?
I do have the video.
All right. This guy named Corey Lewandowski. I came home from the movie last night. I see this guy trending on Twitter, 80,000 tweets. I was like, what the heck? Who is this guy? Did he die? And I clicked on it. I was like, oh, no, he didn't. But his clout token stash is about to. Because, holy crap, roll this tape.
I mean, look, I read today about a 10-year-old girl with Down syndrome who was taken from her mother and put in a cage. I read about did you say want to a 10-year-old with Down syndrome being taken from her mother?
What I said is you can pick anything you want out, but the bottom line is very clear.
When you how absolutely dare you, sir? How dare you?
Wow. I can't believe this. I don't ever like to really get too political about this stuff, but like, when you do something like that, you are just asking for it. When you want. Okay. Oh man! And then the other dude who reacts, "How dare you? How dare you?" And then when he says, "This is my favorite. This is gonna be my new thing that I say to people when I'm mad." How absolutely dare you? Like that doesn't even make sense, but it's so forceful. Oh man, there's not really much to say. Like you can't defend a guy like this.
Yeah, how could you defend someone
everything
like that?
About this scenario is just ludicrous.
Yeah.
Womp, womp, womp.
Womp, womp. And listen, when I said womp, womp on the air this morning, I had no idea about
He
that.
didn't know this was happening, which is a shame because it sounded like he was referencing the womp, womp because everybody's talking about it now.
I don't need that.
But Scott's, that's not my womp, womp.
Yeah, that's not my womp, womp. I don't womp, womp about that, okay? Stay woke for me, all right? When I womp,
that's right, it's womp, womp Wednesday. I forgot.
Yeah. When I womp womp, I'm womp womping about somebody failing a relationship, all right? Not about somebody's children getting ripped away from them. Okay? Okay. Especially with Down syndrome kid too. It's like,
yeah, like what are you gonna kick her next? Are you gonna kick her in the face? You gonna walk right up to her and go womp womp after you kick her teeth in? Is that what you're trying to do, Corey? Is that the kind of person you aspire to be? Because I'll tell you what, doesn't sit well with me.
No.
I thought about going, frankly, my dear, but then I thought, you know what, that might not be
the right timing.
Might not be the right place to say that because that'd be so heartless. These children.
All I can say is that when you come to the country seeking asylum, that's different than coming to the country to try to come here and move here. When you're fleeing your country for certain reasons to try to live and stuff, sometimes you don't have the means to come here legally when it can take years to do so. Like when you show up seeking asylum, you should be treated differently. You shouldn't just be put in jail right away. I don't know. Or in these camps. Are they called jail? What are they called?
I don't know what they're calling them. I'm honestly not well researched on this because
all I know, there's difference between seeking asylum and then just coming to the country. There's a big difference in that.
Is that what's going on down there? These people are seeking asylum?
Some of them, but I'm not saying all of them are, but people are seeking asylum is way different than just trying to come to the country. You know what I mean? When you're fleeing an area because you're afraid of, like, the government or, you know, people are being raped and murdered and all that stuff, that's different. That's a different situation. Like, if we had to flee from America to go to Canada, you know, you'd have to seek asylum. You just can't show up. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm not going to get into it.
Well, I just have two things to say about that. Number one, womp. And number two, womp. I couldn't resist. Oh, man. Okay.
Okay, with that being said...
I feel like I just burned a hole in my hand.
Yeah. I don't know. I did want to say something about the situation going on. I think I said it, though. Yeah.
You did. You said some things.
I think I said it. Asylum's different than just coming to the country. Remember that. Because someday we may have to seek asylum.
True.
All right, so with that being said, to end on such a low note.
Oh, that was getting very positive.
Oh, yeah. So with that being
Davidson.
said, we'll be back tomorrow with the last episode of season 2.
Oh, that's right. Season 2 finale, baby.
We will be back at it when Bill returns from vacation and the following week. So next week,
July 2nd will be the first episode of season 3.
And oh my God, it will be the woke season, bro. Oh man, life is great. All right. With that being said, you can catch us Monday through Thursday on the Jams 96.3 Facebook page at 10:30 Eastern Time.
Because that's the only time zone that matters. Wah, wah.
1. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show! That's what I'm talking about, boy! Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah? Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah! Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. It's the Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Cubicle Show. Not a rectangle show. Not a triangle show. Not a pyramid show. It's a cubicle show. Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah? Bill and Scott Cubicle Show. Yeah! Cubicle Show. We just got 1. Boy!